Welcome back to another episode, but most importantly, the bounce back episode of the Purple Pain Podcast. Cheers, lads, and welcome back to another installment, another episode of the Purple Rain Podcast. What episode are we even on right now? I'm honestly not ready. We are on episode 138. Oh my goodness gracious. What a rookie mistake of me. I'm sorry, I just have a lot of pain and anger going through me with the Ravens right now. But welcome back, and I'm so happy to be here. We have so much to talk about. We have the game from last week to talk about, the game on Sunday to talk about. You saw the title of the video. But most and foremost, you can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast. Where you can see what's going on between the Ravens and the Rain Gang. Found this guy on Instagram, on Twitter at SUTTON. Follow me on Instagram at simplyas10.prod and on Twitter at simplyas10. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of Ravens news to talk about.
Yeah, we do. Like my guy Alex said, thank you guys so much for coming out to this episode 138 of the Purple Rain Podcast. We truly do appreciate you guys. Before we get into anything, any news, any Ravens stuff, any pain talk, like the video, guys. You guys know that helps us out a ton. We would love for you guys to do that. Make sure you like the video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. And we would be remiss, as I always say, if we did not bring up our sponsor. You can actually go on manscaped.com. So you know that website where you can go and you can buy all the personal hygiene products for men. Yeah, that one, Alex, right? You can go on there, you can get all your good stuff for your brother, your son, your dad, your cousin, anybody, your friend. Go on manscaped.com and use our promo code PRP, like you see down below, to save 20% off your Manscaped order. Plus, you get free shipping as well.
Come on. Yeah. I mean, does it get much better than that? Yeah, money off and free shipping.
Exactly.
You can get it for your uncle, for your, like you said, your cousin, your neighbor. Hell, the mailman.
Right.
And, just leave it out there for him. I don't want.
Well, do what you want to do with it. But we are here for another episode of the Purple Rain Podcast, or like my guy Alex said, the Purple Pain Podcast. It's one of those guys. Y'all know we didn't go live earlier this week. We got some scheduling stuff that we're still trying to figure out, but we are here now and we're going to talk about it. And I know you guys have had all week, just like we have, to kind of sit on it, think about it.
Yeah.
But the pain is still there. Actually, there was a video that was posted on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel earlier today. It was a YouTube short. It was my reaction right after the Bills game. My girlfriend was recording me. I didn't know. It was really bad. It was really bad, man. Like I was so like just devastated. I could not believe myself, or couldn't believe the Ravens and what was going on. Like it was bad. It was bad. Also, shout out to my guy Chike as well for coming through that Instagram live right after the game and chopping it up with me. He was real passionate about it too. So if you didn't catch that, go on our Instagram page, check that out too. Let me see. Let's bring up some of the live Rain Gang chat here. Let me see. I see my guy Daryl Turner is in the house. What's going on? Daryl says, "What's up, PRP? Happy to be able to catch this live. Was at the Buffalo game Sunday. The bank was rocking. Was definitely a fun game. Just wish the outcome would have been different." Yeah, me too. Me too, bro. Me too. Let's see. J Prime 235 says, "Hello. Alex, I can't hear you. What's going on?" This is weird. Let us know if you can hear Alex. Is it just me? Whoa, that's weird. I still can't hear you. That's insane. Yeah. Try leaving and coming back real quick. I'm gonna just bring up the live chat. If you can hear me. Let me see. So let's see. Lisa here says we need to score early and often and not give Joe Burrow all day to throw. Am I making any sense? Sutton, Def, and Alex. I mean, yeah, obviously, Lisa, you are making a ton of sense right there. That goes for every game. Alex, no, I still can't hear you. Not getting anything. I don't know what it is. It's really weird. All right. So while we get those technical difficulties figured out, let me see what's going on with you guys here in the chat. My guy Dre is in the building, says, "What's up, Purple Rain Gang?" What's going on, Dre? Appreciate you for coming through. Yolanda's in the building, says, "Good evening, Rain Gang." Hey, Yolanda. Tanja Bowman, also in the building. Hey, Tanja, says, hey, PRP and the flock. Zach White in the house says, yo, Rain Gang. Brent is here. I see Mod Boz, that is in the chat, says, yo, Rain Gang, how is everybody doing? Doing well, Boz. Can't complain. Can't complain. At least not too much. It could be worse. It could be worse. Tanja Bowman says, hey, Yolanda. Yeah, exactly. We all got to give a shout out to Yolanda. We love her. Rico says, what's good, Rain Gang? Hope everyone is having a good evening. Yes. How about you, Rico? Appreciate you for coming through. Theo Pensall the fourth says, is Bateman out? I think he is going to be out this week. We're going to touch on that later. I'm going to get Alex's thoughts on that too. But I think he is going to be out this week if you had to ask me. He hasn't practiced all week. So, I mean, that's very telling right there in itself. The Don is in the house, says Alex and Sutton, my guys. Cameron Hines is in the house, says, hey, I'm here for the Rain Gang, but not here for the Ravens losing again at home. Yeah, Cam, I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. And Lamar addressed that, right? He was at the press conference the other day. He was like saying, definitely I feel some type of way about us losing at home. These fans, they pay all their money to come see us play, come see us perform, come see us win. And when we're not doing that, it's a letdown. It's a huge letdown. Not kind of, it's a huge letdown. I've been to Ravens games before where we lost, and it's not fun. It's not fun, especially when you have to drive, a little distance to get there. That's for sure. Taquan is in the house. What's going on, Taquan? I see Kimberly is in the house as well. Hey, Kimberly, how are you doing today? Raven Ron is here. Says, what up, PRP? Andy Isabella confirms Prochet is trash. Ooh, that is a hot take if I ever seen one. Lord. Okay. We're gonna have to definitely bring that one back up. Let's see who else we got in here. Mod K Dog in the building, says Thursday. What's going on, K Dog? Appreciate you for pulling up. Steven in the house. What's going on, Steven? All right. Let's see. Gotta get my guy Alex back in here. Hopefully he's back on his way soon. Yolanda. And Ravens Online Ungatekeeper says, what's good, fellas? What's going on, Ravens, bro? Appreciate you for pulling up, coming through. Justin Stevens in the house says, what's up, guys? Let's make my debut to the bank a win. Oh, you're going to the game. That's what's up. That's what's up.
All right. Are we good?
We're good. I can hear you.
Listen, I think the mic's on its final leg, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
But let's hope it gets through this episode. That's all I'm hoping for.
That's all we're hoping for. That's all we're hoping for. Yeah. Let's cross our fingers for the technical difficulties. Like the video for the technical difficulties as well. Honestly. If you like the video, maybe it'll get a little bit better. We got to invest in some new equipment here, especially me. Let's see. All right. So I brought up everybody in the live chat, Alex.
Dope.
Let's get into what we came here to get into. You mentioned Purple Pain podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It's Purple Pain because the Ravens, once again, like one of my guys in the chat just said, we keep losing at home. Losing at home hurts bad, but then also, and like Kimberly Harmon says here, we're getting ready to address this. How do you guys feel about Ravens losing to the Bills? Losing at home is one thing, but also losing once you have a lead is another thing. Like if you start out the game dominating, right, and then you let the other team just march back, and it's only good teams. It's only the good teams. That's probably what's the most frustrating part about it, because we can hang with any team, Alex, any team in this league, right? So from the Chiefs to the Rams to the Bills to the Dolphins, you can consider them a good team. Hell, I feel like if we played the Eagles on Sunday, it'd be a close game and we would probably win.
It'd be very close.
100%. It'd be very close. So we're right there with the best of them, but we cannot finish games. And that's what's the most frustrating thing about this team right now. That was the most frustrating thing about what I saw on Sunday. Listen, Alex, you saw what I was tweeting during the game, right?
I loved it.
You saw what I was tweeting.
I love the format.
I was tweeting my live feelings, my current feelings during the game, throughout the game. Oh, bro, listen, we were up 17. My face was straight, stone face. I was like, I've been here before. I've seen it before, Yeah. And they proved to me yet again that they can't finish. They can't finish. No. That's just my little rant just off the top. Let's get into this super chat donation real fast. Thank you, bro. Zach White, thank you so much, bro, for your super chat donation. We appreciate you for making it rain here on this episode 138 of the Purple Rain podcast. Make sure you like the video for Zach. Says, I'm officially in the firing John Harbaugh train. Enough is enough. Ooh, Alex,
he said it's time to go. He said hashtag Harbaugh out. Zach, I mean, I respect it. Man, there's a lot of questions that have to be answered after this. And there's a lot of questions that I think weren't even answered after the the game, and to this
Yeah.
day that haven't been answered. To go back to what you said, we the fact that we cannot finish in the second half, that's not Super Bowl caliber. That's not what teams do. If you're not a Super Bowl winner, you
Yep.
cannot collapse like that. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and we
Right.
sprint out the gate. We sprint,
Hmm.
and then what? And it just falls apart. And it's very. I mean, I'm trying to find the right word. It's heartbreaking because, like you
Yeah.
said, I was right there with you. I was, celebrating because we were up, and then it's like, hold up, let me calm down because we saw it
Right.
before. Fool me one time, fool me. They didn't fool me again. Tell you that. But it just is like at the end of the game. It's like it just takes a lot out of you. It's like we're like this great team, and like there's really nothing to show for it. We're 2-2. We're
Yeah.
2-2. You are as good as your record is. I don't care that we only been losing 14 total seconds. So it doesn't matter. We still lost 2 games.
2 L's.
That
Yeah.
that to me. I was like, whatever. I mean, we can't finish, and that's just an embodiment of, I believe, the whole organization right now. Because I think we're week 5 right now, and our roster still isn't even set.
Hmm.
Like we're
Hmm.
making these signings left and right because we couldn't get it done by week 1, and it's frustrating. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, the signings part is definitely frustrating. I think a lot of that has to do with the I word, which we'll get into that report a little bit later. But yeah, man, it is super frustrating, having teams just walk us down in the third and fourth quarter. And it's really funny because last year we had an issue with starting slow. But then
Yeah.
in the second half, we would kind of make it a game, And
Mhm.
this year is the exact inverse. It's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
We start super fast out the gate, like you said, and then we fall apart in the second half. It's
Mhm.
like just like we were saying last year. Oh, we don't have a receiving core. It's like it's all the run game. There's no receiving core. This and that. Now we have a receiving core. The run game's not as good. It's getting better. I will say that, but it's
Mhm.
not as good. It's like a game of whack-a-mole, right, Alex? You whack one down, another one pops up, another problem pops
Man.
up. That's what it seems like we're going through right now.
Yeah, and like we aren't a complete team, unfortunately. Like as much as I want to say, like I think we're a damn good team, but we still have holes. We have holes.
Yeah.
All right. It that the whack a mole is great because you see, just I'm watching the game on Sunday and like some things looking really good, and then here comes just what we do really poorly. They're beating us like the whole like 2 minute drill in the end of the first half kind of. If you're a Ravens fan, you're like you could feel it. You're like, all right, here comes the collapse because they're gonna
Yep.
score before halftime. They're gonna take all the momentum that we had. We
Mm-hmm.
had all the momentum. They score and then they get the ball back. It's like
Right.
there goes everything we worked for in the first half. The momentum didn't even last the full half. It lasted like a quarter and 10 minutes, and then they just took over. So
Yep.
that was just it was
Embarrassing.
pitiful, absolutely pitiful. There are other factors I don't want to get into because they really don't matter. I.e., Mr. Jerome Boger. I hope he never steps foot in Baltimore again. I'm not blaming on that, but that was disgusting. That roughing the passer call, bro. I don't. I hope that Brandon Stevens didn't get yelled at by the coaches because he did everything he possibly could correctly, and they still got in trouble for it.
But you know
That
what?
was
Just to touch on that real quick, Alex, I think that was like one of those makeup calls. You know what they say, like when they miss a call earlier in the game, or they feel like they miss a call and they want to make up for it later in the game to kind of just make it even. So there
yeah,
was a play earlier in the game where Patrick Queen, I believe it was, who got to Josh Allen and hit him a little bit late after the ball came out, but they didn't call anything. Knocked him down and everything. They didn't call anything. They didn't call nothing. They didn't call that one, right?
yeah,
Later in the game, when it really came down to it, it was real close, 2-minute drill, whatever. Josh Allen gets hit by Brandon Stevens, like you said, and they throw the flag on that
yeah.
one.
There
So
it is.
I
Yeah,
can't really get too mad. Like you said, we don't
yeah,
want to talk about this because penalties happen in the NFL.
yeah.
It's been happening since the game started, since the game's inception. So we're not gonna chalk up a loss to that. But you definitely would hope that the officiating would be a little bit more consistent, so to say. But yeah.
Yeah, I
Getting
mean
to
that.
our second super chat donation. Yeah. My guy Chike, who again joined me on the Instagram live. Thank you so much, Chike, for coming through. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Says, I wonder if it's time to start talking about Harbs. Alex, I want to ask you this
Mm-hmm.
about that fourth down and goal call. What
Okay.
were you thinking? Like before you answer, like what were you thinking? Take yourself back to Sunday at
Oh, I
what
know
was
what I was
it?
thinking.
Maybe 3:58
Yeah,
p.m. Right?
yeah.
What were you thinking right when you saw the Ravens going for it on that fourth down? Were you saying yay or nay?
Nay.
Mm,
Absolutely nay. Take the points. Did we not learn? Did that work for
mm,
us last year? No.
yeah,
I said nay immediately. I know that our defense couldn't keep them off the field. I thought our defense played pretty damn well against the Bills, against the
right.
Super Bowl champion Bills, because that's what they are. It feels like. They got the ball back, I believe, midfield the drive before off of a Lamar Jackson interception, Jordan Poyer that was tipped, and then we stopped them. We held them 3 and out. We held them,
Yeah.
and they punted to us, pinned us inside the 10, and we drove down. It was a waste of a great drive, I thought. We drove, I think, 90 some yards, chewed up time. Defense is getting rested up. Take the 3. If they want to, if they score a touchdown, well, we probably have time left to get one more chance. But yeah, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I just like,
Mm,
and then the fact, I mean, J.K. Dobbins wasn't even on the field. You
mm.
know, I mean, and you go 5 wide.
Points are being made.
Mike Davis didn't even know where he was going to on the play. Like Lamar to tell him where to go. It was just it was ugly. It was just a shit show all around. And sorry for my language. I
No,
didn't want to curse, but it was just bad. It
it's the
was
Purple Pain
yeah.
podcast.
Let me know what you thought. I know people did like it. Personally, I was a nay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you, man. I was a nay the whole way. I was watching the game with my girlfriend's brother, and we were watching that fourth down call, and he was like saying, "Oh, they're about to go for it." And I was thinking in my head, I actually said it out loud too, like while that was going down. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be talking about this all week," because I knew that this play was going to be the talk of the town. If we got it, it was gonna be great. Harbaugh trusted Lamar again, whatever, whatever. But if we didn't get it, it was going to be really bad. We're going to lose this game in
Yeah.
pretty much heartbreaking, devastating fashion.
Yep.
That's what it kind of seemed like. And to me, I mean, I definitely agree with you when you say that, your defense is rested up. We just drove like 90 something yards down the field. Take the points. So you give the defense rest, right? But then also you give them the lead, right? Which
Yep.
gives them confidence to go out there and end the game. Now, the reason why I have the biggest beef about, with John Harbaugh about making that fourth down call and going forward is that you look at the precedency. Like, look at what we did before. Look at the game against the Chiefs week 2 when our defense went back out there and Odafe Owe basically sealed the deal with a fumble. Look at what we did in the playoffs in 2020 when Marcus Peters brought it home against Ryan Tannehill and picked off the ball. Put your defense back on the field. You trust the defense so much. You spend your draft picks on them consistently. You put so much money into them. Put that damn defense on the field and tell them to bring the damn game home. Am I
And you
wrong?
know what? And you know what? Even our last game, our last win at home, we were up 3 points. The Browns had one final drive, and guess what?
Mm,
Held. They were held. It was just. I just feel like you just gotta take the points. Points are premium in the NFL. I think we talk about it a lot.
yeah.
That 3 points in that game, it meant a lot, and that's what we lost by. But yeah, I didn't like it. And I do see Raven Ron saying if Lamar does throw the ball away, they build from 98 yards. That's a great point too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's many different sides of this equation. I mean, that could I mean him just throwing it up. I mean, Duvernay was open, but unfortunately saw him too late. Poyer, great safety. Reddit picked it off. But
Right.
yeah, man, that really after that play, like I was just watching the game. I didn't have much to say. I texted you. I was in no mood to talk. I was just kind of fuming about it. It was
Yeah.
just ugly. It was like we worked so hard. We were gonna prove a lot of people wrong. I thought. I thought the game was ours to win, beating a Super Bowl contender, a really good team, and just throwing it away in that fashion was really just it was nasty,
It
disgusting.
was nasty. Disgusting. Um, every vile word you can imagine. That's what that was,
Yeah,
that ending to that game, that second
yeah.
half, really. Another super chat donation coming from Raven Ron. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
bro.
Just
We
talking about you.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Says, can a healthy JK and Gus combo help us keep leads in the fourth quarter and secure these wins?
I would hope so. Actually, I want to give a shout out to Justice Hill, by the way, because
Mm,
that run when he pulled up and went 5 extra yards on one leg showed a lot, just a lot to me about him, more than most of this team has. That he may be the
yeah,
smallest person on the team, but he has the most fucking heart I saw out there on Sunday. And once
yeah,
again, sorry my language, like that right there is how I think you earn another contract. Because him alone there, like he had that burst, and the fact that he fought those extra yards with one damn leg and got him, that said a lot to me. But answering your question, I think they can. I don't think we'll see Gus for until probably 2 or 3 more games. They're going to take as much time as they can with him, just like they did with JK. But I would hope so. I mean, I think I saw SG say JK had 4 carries
yeah.
in the second half. That's not good enough. Not good enough.
Not good enough.
So, yeah.
Not going to cut it at all. Um, And yeah, like I said, I agree with you. And just to answer Raven Ron's question, the JK and Gus combo, if Gus can, get back to being that north-south runner, averaging at least 4 or 5 yards a carry, then yeah, our offense is going to be, I would say, twice as dangerous. Because when you have to account for that just as much as you have to account for, Lamar in the passing game nowadays and Lamar running the football, it's kind of impossible to stop. You simply do not have enough men. So if the offensive line can, gel, kind of get it together. And I think the offensive line isn't playing bad. I don't think they're playing
Mm-mm.
bad.
Mm-mm.
But there are pieces that we would like to get back, i.e. Ronnie Stanley. Hopefully, again, I'm throwing my hands up about the whole situation. When he's going to be back, I wouldn't be surprised if they had him inactive for this game against the Bengals. That's just me. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, practice
uh,
both times this week. Full.
that's a month straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, guys, but that game was painful against the Bills. I'm glad we could have our venting session about it on this episode of the
I
podcast.
still have more venting in me, unfortunately. It won't go away until Sunday at 8:00. But
Yeah, me neither. And honestly, to me, I was telling Chike this on the Instagram live after the game. I was like, it feels like we're 0-2,
Mhm.
because the
Yeah.
Ravens, as being classified, because you ask most football fans, most NFL fans around the league, are the Ravens a good football team? Most of them are going to say yes, right?
Mhm.
And we know that the Ravens are a good football team. So with that being said, we expect them to beat up on the good team. I mean, on the bad teams, right? But the good teams, we expect them to beat those teams too, or at least win their fair share of those games. And we literally have not won a game against a team who's considered a good team since week 6 last year when we played the Chargers and beat the Chargers. That's
Wow.
just facts.
Wow.
So something's got to give. We keep getting these close shootouts, these battles with teams like, when we played the Rams last year, the Packers came so close, fell short. You
Yep.
know, we
Yep.
got to start closing these games, man. Got to start
Yeah.
closing them.
We have to, and it just is getting old, I think. I mean, like you said, we were supposed to beat the Jets, supposed to beat the Patriots. Hell, I think supposed to beat the Dolphins. I think they weren't even gelled together, and I think we blew it, and just like we blew this one, and it just is tough losing these heartbreakers. Tough, tough,
Yeah.
tough, and it doesn't get any easier. It just possibly gets harder because you're playing the AFC champion this upcoming week, which I think, are you ready to get into? Little transition segue.
Yeah, we can get into that in just 1 second. We do have
Okay.
another super chat donation.
Gotcha.
This one coming from my guy Justin Stevens. Justin, thank you so much for donating on this episode 138 of the Purple Rain podcast. Making it rain says that clip that your girl took of you was great. Yeah, man, it was pretty. I honestly did not know that she was recording me. Like, I
That's
was just
just
that distraught in the
raw,
car.
raw,
Yeah,
unfiltered. Love that.
yeah, literally raw, unfiltered emotions. But yeah, thank you so much for your super chat donation. Another one from Raven
Oh,
Ron here again. Thank you,
Raven
Raven
Ron.
Ron,
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
coming
thank you.
through, man, making it rain. Let's see. If Bengals light us up, why did we even draft Kyle Hamilton or spend $70 million on Marcus Williams? They're supposed to be immediate impact guys. Secondary needs help now. Now hold on, Ron. Now hold on. Marcus Williams has been doing his thing.
Balling.
He's got a couple picks on the season. He's
Fumble
been there on
recovery.
most plays. His nose in fumble recovery. Exactly. His nose is in on plays. Kyle Hamilton, he was a big reason why we won that Patriots game a couple weeks ago. Without Kyle Hamilton, we might be talking like we're 1-3 right now.
Ooh,
Just saying. We were close.
ooh,
We were close.
ooh.
So I wouldn't, take a crap on those guys just yet.
Yeah.
I think those guys are definitely contributing to our defense. I think that they'll get better as the season goes along as well. Yeah.
Well, can I say
Another
something real
super
quick
chat
about Raven
donation.
Runs real quick?
Sure.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
agree
Go
with
ahead.
you there. The fact that is going back to the 3 points of the 7 points, you spend all this money, this capital on the defense. And the fact you don't trust them to go out there and even
Mm-hmm.
hold a 3-point lead, 3 points, that right there kind of said a lot to me, because you think if you put all this investment into them that they can hold it. I guess
Yeah.
not. I guess not. But yeah, I like what I see from Marcus Williams. I barely saw Kyle Hamilton on Sunday. This is no knock to him at all.
Yeah.
At all. I mean, I don't know what's going on with him in coaching. Listen, it's above me. But yeah, that was something to look at. You can bring on Brent's super chat now. Oh, Never mind. It's just technical difficulty FC tonight, is
Yeah.
it? Son, you are
Uh-oh.
lagging like
Are
crazy.
we good?
You're lagging like crazy, just letting you know.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh no, I'm lagging. That sucks. That sucks. Here, let's bring up my guy Brent's super chat donation. I'm gonna pull what you just did. I'm gonna leave and come right back.
Perfect, perfect. So let's get into Brent right now. Saying shout out to 44, aka Marlon Humphrey. I need him to bring as much dog as possible this Sunday. Always imposter impersonator will be benched and he will show up against these kittens. Listen. I need that to happen. All right, I'm just giving a shout out to Marlon real quick. I believe his passer rating when targeted from last week was like 1. And everything that we talked about how we need Marlon to be the shutdown guy. I think he is that right now. I didn't see Diggs having a big game on him. I think I saw 3 catches for 50 some yards from Stephon Diggs. I think that is very well. I think going against a top 3 wide receiver in this league personally. And then as for the Owe, yeah, I mean he stepped up with that fumble big time. But even that last play, I don't know if you saw on his Instagram story, he actually knocked the ball out from whoever was running it when he tackled him, and then the ball came out, but he couldn't recover it unfortunately. So I saw that, but yeah, the imposter impersonator, you are a first round pick, and this goes for most of the first round picks on our team. I think you need to have an immediate impact, and we will talk about the other first round pick. I know that's been like a huge talking point among the Ravens fan base. Both Owe, yeah, and when we go into next year, like I think one of our weaknesses still is edge rusher, even with Ojabo, because after this year, it's gonna be Owe, Ojabo, and Bowser. Houston's gonna be gone. Do you really feel confident with those guys getting to the quarterback? Because we've seen it from this year. Houston was getting there. He's the oldest one. Bowser coming back from the Achilles. Do we even know if he's going to be fully healthy? So that's just a couple of questions. Even Ojabo, he's a rookie, that second round pick from Michigan. It's just, will he produce? Or is it going to be another Dalen Hayes who isn't even on the team anymore? Has talent, but are we going to see it? So yeah, love that comment. And I think we're going to get into the Bengals and the Ravens. I'll do that while Sutton is away. So I'll get into the Bengals I word report real quick. So some of their players that practiced today, linebacker Jermaine Pratt, kicker Evan McPherson. Limited was Hayden Hurst, T. Higgins, Lyle Collins, and Devin Asiai. Or Asiasi. Yeah. Their list is very short. Very, very short, unfortunately. Now our list is where you have the big nice 1,200 word MLA format. Yeah, yeah. I see you. We will talk about Queen. I think that we will have that conversation. I don't know when we're gonna have it. We'll have it today. That's a big.
We will
big thing.
for sure.
Yeah. As for us, did not practice Rashad Bateman, Justice Hill, Justin Houston, and Ben Cleveland. As for the limited, Marcus Peters, and as for the full, Ronnie Stanley today and yesterday, Patrick McCarry, J.K. Dobbins, and Josh Bynes. That is the I word report. Bengals looking good. We're looking like Andy Isabella's probably going to suit up on Sunday at this point. How we're looking like.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like at this point, and it's kind of telling that we signed an Andy Isabella because Bateman is hurt right now, and I think we just need depth at the position. So I expect guys like Duvernay to get more targets, maybe Demarcus Robinson. I saw somebody earlier say that the addition of Andy Isabella means that the team officially thinks that James Prochet is trash.
I don't know how he's so positive the way he is on his Instagram live. So I'll join them, and he says nothing but great things about he's I'll get my time. Man, I would be fuming, absolutely fuming. But hey, he's a professional, absolute professional on his end.
Pro.
Yeah, the definition of a pro.
Yeah,
man. He had a great game against them last year, but that's when we were blown out, unfortunately, the Bengals. So I don't see what happened this week. I am praying he gets some targets, but probably not.
Thank you so much for your super chat donation, C Iron Addict. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
But yeah, that I word report from us, it's kind of week to week. Remember last week going into that game, we're like, oh look, we're pretty much healthy, It just
Yeah.
goes to show every single game, like, it's just grueling for these guys. You really got to appreciate what these guys do, putting their bodies on the line each and every week, because you can see, like, the iWord report, it just piles up. And it only takes one game, 3 hours for it to do so. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But let's see what else you guys are saying here in the chat before we get into our.
I know there was a discussion about our first
What's that?
round pick from 2 years ago. If we want to talk about that real quick, I know that's
The Queen talk.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's
We
talk
can
about it.
definitely do that.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, there we go. Well, what are your thoughts? Because I've seen a whole lot of criticism, I think, which is fair. I think you can criticize.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the drop picks do hurt 100%. They do drop. I mean, the one last week, I think the one should have was against the Patriots. That definitely should have been the pick. Last
Yeah.
week, I mean, I know even Bateman was dropping the ball,
Yeah.
and it was going right to him. But there were, some mishaps going on. I think he needs to step up. I'm not going to say he's above the criticism, but I definitely think it's very harsh. It's very harsh on him. I got his back, but man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. Patrick Queen, he is getting better. He's actually getting better. But the problem is, in the biggest moments, he doesn't always come through. He doesn't always pull through. If you go and watch Sip to Tally Films, Coach
Thank
Ivan
you.
Evans,
I was going to bring that up.
watch his video breaking down the last game with Patrick Queen. He played really well instinctively. He was getting deep on his drops, covering his man, understanding his assignment. He was doing the right things. Yes, sometimes he can overrun guys, and that's still like the rawness in him. In year 3, that should be cleaned up by now. But the fact that he's getting there, slowing down ball carriers, that is a good thing. He has really good gap integrity as well. But just in those big moments, and I feel like the big frustration that a lot of Ravens fans have is like, you could have these game-changing plays. It's one thing to cover your guy down the field and then the ball just doesn't come your way on that play. It's one thing for that to happen. But for the ball to come your way and for you to be right there, have them dead to rights, a pick in your hands, and you drop it back-to-back weeks, that hurts. And it hurts for this reason. Because you're a first-round draft pick. That means that you are one of the higher assets in the totem pole of that roster, right? And you got to think about some of your biggest assets in life, Alex. Like you expect your car to be reliable to take you to work every day or class every day. You expect
Indeed.
your house to provide a roof over your head. Those are some of your bigger assets. Patrick Queen is one of the bigger assets on this team because the team did spend a first-round pick on him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it is kind of frustrating that, sometimes he doesn't bring it home with those interceptions, things like that. But I think that that's something that can be cleaned up because I feel like that's kind of a mental thing. I think
I agree
somebody
with
has
you
to
there.
be, somebody has to be in his ears telling him that, like, listen, you have to stay ready so you don't always have to get ready. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, be ready for the ball, be ready for the play to come your way. And that way you'll be able to make the
Yeah.
play a little bit easier. But what are your thoughts about him?
I mean, listen, I'm biased. Unfortunately, I know you shouldn't be biased in general. I'm very biased, but I can agree that there are improvements that need to be made. I think that he's been doing more than usually in recent years. Lining up in the slot against guys that I think he did pretty well against. I think the covering of the running backs out the backfield, doing a pretty damn good job at it. I think he was the only player on the Ravens to actually get to Josh Allen to make a goddamn hit on him all the Sunday. His talent of getting to the quarterback is second to none. I mean, talk about that. He can get there. Knocks been coverage. I mean, we do have Zach Ward now coaching him up. And until I guess he makes that play, I guess he'll stop being tested because I guess they're going to say, all right, well, we're going to keep doing it until you stop it. And
Right.
one of these times, man, it's going to happen. I hope it's this week because I thought it would make me happier than him picking off Joe Burrow, his former teammate. That would honestly send me to the moon. And just something like that would make all that criticism go away. Something like that, just that quick. It's just very reactionary, I would say. And I know that we have seen the mishaps. And yeah, as a first round pick, you are expecting him to make the plays. So
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I am on his side. I'm rooting for him. I definitely think it can be fixed. I am Boz. My Steeler friends make a great point. They have Devin Bush at middle linebacker. All right, they spent a freaking top 10 pick on him. I look at
Oh
Jordan Love.
man.
Queen has produced for us. He has given us, games where he's just taken over. We've gotten the turnovers, and we just need more of that. And we've seen
Yeah.
it before as him as rookie, second year, now third year. We can see even more of it. I thought the first game he looked amazing. The Jets line was low shaky, and the Bengals line has been playing shaky. The first 3 games looked good against the Dolphins, but if we can get any type of pressure and he can do his thing, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a game-changing moment against the Bengals.
True. I like that. I like that. Like my guy Mod Boz says here, don't forget to like the video. Also subscribe to the channel. 85 people watching live right now. Thank you
Yes,
guys
thank
so
you.
much for tuning
Thank
in
you,
to
thank you, thank
episode
you.
138 of the Purple Rain podcast. Let's continue, shall we? Let's see. So my guy Dylan says Queen has so much potential. The athleticism is crazy, and you can see he can read the field and is in position to make plays. He just needs to finish them. Yeah, I mean that getting in the backfield within seconds of the play starting and then just whiffing on the tackle, that does have to stop. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Ray Lewis is finishing that play. And I hate to compare, but we know the lineage of linebacker in the Ravens organization. So
I mean, I just feel bad. I mean, just him getting drafted, being compared to Ray. I look at it. I try to put myself in his shoes. I'm only a few months older than him. If I had that criticism coming on me, dude, I don't know what the hell I'd do. That's just, just a lot with athletes, just dealing with that, having people just say you're trash, get traded, this and that. I know it has to take a toll on you mentally, because you only deal with so much. So
yeah.
Like you said, the potential is there. We can get it out of him. It's just, I'm just hoping it's sooner rather than later. That's all.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man. I see we got our guy Jason from Huddle It
What's
Up
going
Films
on?
in the
What's going
house. What's
on?
up, Jason? We got to get Jason on the show again pretty soon, man. We got to
Yeah.
get him on the show. We're going to talk to you about that, Jason, pretty soon. Be on the lookout for that. But make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel. They do a great job each and every week covering Ravens as well. All right. Let's and real quick before we move on to our kind of, I guess, keys to victory for this game against the Bengals. Lisa has a question here. It says, Alex or Sutton, what's your take on Marcus Peters going off on John Harbaugh?
I loved it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I felt like he needed that. He needed that. And I remember him saying that. I said, I hope that he does not get benched. I hope that he doesn't get traded. I hope nothing changes. Because if it does, it shows that John Harbaugh just kind of says, oh, you're going against me? Bye. Because I feel
That's a
like
good
we
point.
need some of that. We need a player that is a winner. Hey, John, he's been to a Super Bowl more recently than you. All right, didn't win
Talk
it.
about it.
Like he didn't get his All Pro in 2019. He was an All Pro corner before, Pro Bowl corner before. Like he didn't need his job saved by Lamar Jackson, and I do like Harbaugh with that. But yeah, I loved it. I was like, you need to be told you're wrong once in a while. You can't be told
Right.
you're right just because your best buddies are Eric and Steve. They're like the three musketeers. They ain't going anywhere. So yeah, somebody needs to tell you that you're wrong. So I loved it, Lisa. I loved it.
Yeah, same here. Definitely loved every bit of that. Shows you, how passionate Marcus Peters is about that game and how much he trusts in his defense as well to bring a game home. So maybe that'll be a lesson learned for John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
All right. So we've been going for almost 40 minutes now. We got to get into our keys to victory, guys.
But first, we do have a super chat.
Oh, we do. I see. My guy Seth in the building making it
Always
rain.
coming through
Thank
on
you
the
so
lunch
much.
break, by the
Coming
way.
through, pulling up and
Always.
cashing out on the lunch break per usual. Says popping in on lunch break. Keep up the great content. Thank you so much, Seth. We appreciate that. And you see his profile picture here. It says sore muscles, happy pain. I love that.
That was my legs yesterday on Monday. I was running. That was bad. But yeah.
Well, you went
I'm happy.
running? How long were you running?
Oh, well, I ran, and then I had to go back and forth on campus like 3 or 4 times. All in all, it was like a couple of miles in like an hour or something. It was bad.
Lord,
my Apple Watch told me. And it was raining.
Yeah.
It was a nasty day. It was nasty.
Did your Apple Watch about to say, did your Apple Watch do that thing where it tells you that you're working out?
Yeah, it's like it looks like you're running or outdoor run. I'm like, how do you know?
Yeah, shout out to Apple. Let's see. All right, let's get into our keys to victory for this game against the Cincinnati Bengals coming up on Sunday night. First primetime game of the season. Our next 3 of 5 are primetime games, which is crazy. So, how are you feeling about this one, Alex? And you can go ahead. Listen, the keys to victory aren't even going to be all that elaborate this week.
Yeah.
I don't even think we got to cue the music for this one. It's going to be straight to the
No.
point, quick and, concise.
Yeah.
Alex, what are your keys to victory for the Ravens to beat the Bengals this Sunday night?
Mom, I know you're listening. Turn it down
Mm,
real quick. Okay.
okay.
Just fucking win. That's my
Mm,
key. That's my key. Yeah. Uh, win.
yeah,
Play a complete 60 minutes. I don't want to see you lose any lapse of concentration. Win. Three
win.
letters. One word.
Just win, baby.
Win. That's
That's
it.
all there is to it. That's all there is to it. We're not asking for much here as Ravens fans, are we?
I don't think so.
We're not asking for much. No, we're not asking for much. For me, the key to victory: play 4 quarters of football. 4 quarters, not 2, not 3, not 1. 4 quarters of football. I mean, it's start to finish. Like my guy Sir Darius Robinson says here, key is start to finish.
Yeah.
We cannot continue having this issue where we either start fast and fall apart at the end, or start slow and try to make it a game at the end. We can't do that.
Yep.
It's not winning football. It's not Super
Yep.
Bowl football. you know.
Yep.
So put together 4 quarters of football. I can't even blame last week's game on the offense or the defense or special teams in its entirety, or the coaching in its entirety. It's everyone. It's
Yeah.
everyone. The team has to collectively put together 4 quarters of football in order to beat good teams. It works against bad teams. It works against teams like the Jets.
Yeah.
It works against teams like the Patriots. Listen, we're 2-0 against bad teams, 0-2 against good teams.
Yep.
Because we can't
Yep.
finish.
Yeah.
You know?
As for the Bengals, I think we all know about them. We know what they're really, really good at. We know how good that
Yeah.
offense is. That's
Yeah.
something we had to talk about because we've talked about it last year and nothing
Yeah.
changed. They
Right.
still have everybody that is key as in the skill player positions. Got a revamped O line that's still
Mhm.
gelling, by the way, which you could take advantage of. The defense got 2 top tier safeties in Bates and Von Bell. I mean, that pass rush is dirty, absolutely dirty. I mean, we know all that, so we won't spend too much time into that. But yes, 4 corners of complimentary football, and you cannot lose at all,
Right.
all.
Losing is not an option this Sunday. It's
Exactly.
not. Look down on the bottom of the screen right now, at the top of the screen, wherever it is where you're watching. You see the
Marco,
title of the video.
love
You
that.
see the title of the video, man. This is a season-defining game against the Bengals. Now, Alex, you came to me with that title. By the way, Alex is really good at making YouTube titles. He's been doing it for years. I commend him for this because it's very interesting that he said it to me earlier today. So, why do you think that this is a season-defining game for the Baltimore Ravens?
You know what? We went 1-5. I actually just got goosebumps thinking about it. We went 1-5 against division rivals.
Yeah.
These guys were our little brother for the longest, for a couple of years actually, under Lamar. They couldn't beat us. They had nothing against us. They get better. They get great.
Yeah.
They spank us. They slap us around like we're little brother. We were playing the video games and they snatched the controller from us and said, "No, we're playing.
We're playing now."
This is a good team. This is a great team. This is a Super Bowl contender team. You beat them, like I said, short memory. You're feeling a lot better about the season. It just does a lot to our season, I think, if we win, because a lot of the problems with us, we're getting healthier, I should say. We're getting guys coming back. You win this game, and we start getting Bowser back, Edwards back, hell, Stanley back, and there's a trade deadline, which I don't know what's going to happen. Let's just say we get somebody, not a major, but a medium impact player, and we're winning, and we do have a favorable schedule coming up, by the way.
Yes, and I want to talk about that too.
Yeah, it makes the season look a lot better, and it's like, okay, well, those are some hiccups in the first quarter of the season. That's why I think it's season defining, because you win this game, and a lot can just be forgot about. You play a full game, it's like, okay, well, that's how you play out a full 60 minutes. Keep on doing it.
Right. No, totally agree there. But for me, I think that this is a season defining game against the Cincinnati Bengals because it is our last litmus test in the AFC until we potentially make it to the playoffs. Right. So what do you have to do to make the Super Bowl? You have to, one, beat the teams in your division and beat the teams in your conference to make it to the Super Bowl. That's what you have to do. we've shown that, two of the best teams in our conference we can't beat so far because we didn't beat them. So we can't beat them as of right now. So our team doesn't have the confidence knowing that, hey, we beat the Bills. We beat the Dolphins, the high flying Dolphins. We can go on and we can, make this a season, go on like a championship run. This is our last chance against the former AFC champions, the Cincinnati Bengals, the same
The Bengals.
team that took a steaming shit on us last season twice. Twice. I'm serious, bro. Like literally 2 times last season, right? Swept us out the park like some dust on the
Bro, he
floor.
threw for 1,000 yards against us.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like
Bro, put up
you have
Madden
to go out
numbers.
there. You have to go out there and make a statement. This is a statement game, season defining, aka statement game. It's on
Yep.
Sunday Night Football. The world will be watching. You have to win this game. It's as
Yep.
simple as that. And I want to run down the rest of the schedule for the Ravens,
Awesome.
because
I had it in front of me too. Awesome.
yeah, I've
Awesome.
got it right here. So after this game against the Bengals is we visit New York to take on the Giants. Okay, NFC opponent. After that, we get the Browns for the first time. They're not all that, they're not all that. Then we get the Buccaneers, right? Another NFC team that we probably won't have to see in the Super Bowl. Probably not. I could eat my words on that, but we probably won't have to see them. Let's see. Saints, another NFC team that's not that good. Panthers, another NFC team that's not that good. Jaguars, and another. This is an AFC team that's not that good. They're kind of like sneaky a little bit, though. Trevor Lawrence,
Yeah.
Doug Peterson. I like what they got going on over there, but they're not like a huge threat. I don't think they're going to be making any noise in the
Yeah.
postseason. After
Maybe
that,
in the future, not now.
maybe in the future, maybe like a year or two from now. After that, we've got the Broncos. I don't know where they're going to be by early December when we play
Yeah.
them. But they're a decent AFC team. So you see where I'm going here. We're not
Yeah.
playing a whole lot of really good AFC teams. So the last one we would have faced would be the Bills, and we lost to them. So this is why we have to take our talents to M&T Bank Stadium this Sunday night and just completely stomp on not the Bills, but the Bengals, to show and remind not only the rest of the league, but ourselves
Mm-hmm.
that we are those guys. Like we are that team who belongs here. We're gonna be there in the postseason, and we're gonna make some noise. Because so far we haven't proved that.
No, we haven't. And the line coming up, there are some teams like the Giants that I think they're 3-1. The Buccaneers, obviously they have Tom Brady, but there are games that I can see us pulling out. We talked about that, but right now, I mean, the divisional games, these are like they're. I think somebody made this analogy. I'm so sorry if you did, like the 3-point contest, or it's like the ball at the end, the money ball, you get more points.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And
Right.
if you said it, I will credit you. I know that's not my idea. I'd not come up with that. But that's kind of what it is. They just mean that much more. And like I said last episode, 1-5 divisional games, I am basically certain that you will never win your division, and it's gonna be hard to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's a big freaking game all around. And these guys, they were talking their talk against us, and that's what happens when you win. When you sweep us, you can talk. And now it's a new season. We got punched in the mouth. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and you got to think the Bengals are riding high right now. What are they on? 1-2 straight right now?
Yep. No, they're 2-2. No, they won. One.
Oh, one.
I think they lost one. I'm pretty sure. No, win, loss, win, loss. No, win, loss, win. Yep. Win,
Okay,
loss,
so they're
win.
they're 2-2.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're flying high. They just beat the Dolphins, who are kind of like the talk of the town with Tyreek Hill, Tua, Jalen Waddle. We'll talk about Tua in a little bit too. We'll get to that. Kind of get our thoughts to you guys on that one. But they took those guys out, and now they're going to Baltimore, knowing that, hey, look, we destroyed these guys last year. We're gonna do it again. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Boyd,
Nixon, Hayden Hurst,
Mixon,
revenge game.
Hayden Hurst, if he plays.
Eli Apple doesn't like us. Cool.
Yeah, they're gonna have it out for us.
I wish I was there. Can somebody please play the Eli Apple disc at the stadium? Just take over the speakers. I will find you. I will get you a censored version. I can get
Yeah.
it. Please let me know if you can do that. I beg you, please.
Let's get some opinions from the Rain Gang here before we get into our picks for the weeks, or for week 5 of the NFL season. Let's see. Marco G says Ravens front office needs to have Raven pride. We are in the news for the wrong reasons. We are better than this. He also says, he goes on to say, what the hell happened to our pride? We've had embarrassing losses. Tua putting up career high on us. Allen had his largest comeback of his career against us. It's unacceptable. We got to be pissed off, and we are.
Yeah, we kind of, not a joke, but we're getting memed.
Mm.
We're getting memed. I saw a falcon in Ravens colors. A falcon.
I saw the whole Baltimore Falcons thing too. I wanted to ignore it, but
A
I just couldn't.
falcon.
I know.
At least their baseball team won the World Series. Their football team is shit. Grant, they beat the Browns. Granted, thank
Yeah.
you. They can't even get like 20,000 at their stadium, and their stadium's nice. The
Right.
Falcons. Oh man. Oh man.
It hurts, man. We got to start beating good teams, man. It's too
Oh
painful
mate.
to only beat bad teams and then just come up short against the good teams. It's just as simple as that, man. It's just as simple as that. And it starts this Sunday night. It has to start this Sunday night. We have no choice. We have no choice.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
gotta win this.
I need a
Can't win.
master class from the entire team. Sorry, I just do.
Yeah.
Let's get into what else you guys are talking about here. My guy Christopher Swain is in the chat. What's going
What's
on,
going on,
Chris?
Chris?
Appreciate you for coming through. Says, what happened to the Ravens defense? I miss the days when it was top 5 and top 10. The season is still young. I have faith that they can turn it around.
It is young. The season is very young, but the games aren't. You know, every game is just counts. But just the talent we have, the amount of, like I said, money, resources, capital, you got to expect it to be better.
Yeah.
We have to. I know. And by the way, Marlon Humphrey, I don't know if you watch his presser. My respect for him went up because he's basically, people were like, oh well, you've been playing really really well. You know, you've been getting interceptions. So is Marcus Williams. He's like, we're still ranked 32.
Yeah.
That means I got to be better. We got to be better. And like that right there, like that. I know it's very like probably cliche, but that meant a lot because like he's even wants to be better, and he's, I think, playing his best in years.
Right.
But yeah, I hope they can turn around because they need to. Because you can't be the last ranked defense and go to the playoffs. It's probably not going to happen.
Nope. You ever heard of defense wins championships? It does. It does. It also wins fourth quarters, which can ultimately win you a game. Cough, cough, Harbaugh. All right. Let's see. Dylan Paul says here, what receiver do you think will step up this week without Bateman playing? I'm hoping Tylan Wallace gets his shot. He can ball. Yeah, man. I love Tylan Wallace too, man.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he's going to be getting a whole lot of the opportunities. If I had to say somebody would step up, I might say DeMarcus Robinson. I could say this could be a game for him. With Bateman being out, I could see more targets going his way, maybe about like anywhere between 3 to 5. But I think he'll make the most out of those opportunities.
Yeah.
Maybe one big play or so. But if not, Devin Duvernay, man, he's always there. He was open on that fourth down. He was ready to make that big play again. He was ready. But Lamar just missed him, unfortunately. He's been there. But yeah, I would go to Marcus Robinson. But what about you?
DeMarcus Robinson did have a nice touchdown catch against them last year in the regular season. As for my receiver to have a big game, probably Pat Ricard. Probably have a big game.
Ooh, Pat Ricard.
That was a joke.
I was about to say.
He already outsnaps Rashad Bateman as it is, so everybody's getting more snaps this week.
Oh yeah.
It has to be Duvernay for me, and you got to get the best tight end in the league. You got to get Mark Andrews involved. I know he isn't a receiver, but he needs to get his fair share of targets and make them respect him. So you know we can get more favorable matchups on the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see here. I see a couple of you guys talking about Isaiah Likely. Jason says likely game for me. And Raven Ron says, does Likely line up a wide receiver if Bateman is out?
Likely, man, like it's, Pickens wasn't having the best of preseason. He had a good preseason, but Likely was just like the talk of it.
Yeah.
And, like it was like the Likely versus Pickens, like that stuff. Likely really hasn't done much. Maybe he'll get his chance. I'm really hoping. Fourth round pick. I think a lot of expectations on him, but I really hope that he can get a couple of catches, get some chain movers. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. All right, Alex.
Can you pull up Devon's comment real quick?
I got you.
Just about Isabella. I love that.
Computer's being slow right now. My bad.
It's don't worry about it. You're good.
But yeah, Isabella to the house. I mean,
yeah. Jokingly, yes.
I just don't know about this signing, man.
With the purple,
jokingly, yes, we would love it.
Like, man, I just love that. I love all that.
I would love to see it, but I doubt it. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I think now it's time for us to go ahead and get into our picks of the week. NFL Week 5 picks. Man, I like this segment a lot, Alex, because it allows us to, kind of touch on all the other teams in the league. Because not everybody who watches our show is a Ravens fan. We do get some other, people who are fans of different teams, which I think is really cool. So I
Yes.
like this segment because we get about everybody, get touch on everything. So with that being said, Alex, I know you got the picks pulled up. Should we cue the music?
Hit it. Oh,
Okay.
I love it. All right. Tonight, Thursday Night Football.
Hmm.
The Jonathan Taylor-less Indianapolis Colts against Broncos country. That's right. Their third freaking primetime game already. Like I'm tired of them. I don't want to see them. I'm tired of them.
I know, right? Like, come on.
Who do you got? Who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Broncos in this one. I feel like it's going to be a close game. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it's going to be close. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter. It's going to come down to a 2-minute drive. I think so.
Okay.
But I do have the Broncos, Russell Wilson and country pulling it out. Let me get the Broncos in this one.
Let me get the Broncos as well on this one. Agree with you there. Matt Ryan against Russell Wilson. Throwback to their NFC battles going on. That was great.
Yeah.
Moving on. Heading to London. All right, which by the way is red.
Okay.
If you didn't know. Giants, Packers. Aaron Rodgers heading over there with his wacky haircut and his dysfunctional team that barely beat the Patriots. I got the Packers in this one. I think they got to win this. I think they can beat the Giants. If they really want to be the NFC powerhouse, got to win these games.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers too in this one. I do like what Saquon Barkley and company has been doing in New York, but at the same time, I can't put the ball. Wait, who's starting at quarterback for the Giants again?
I think it's Daniel Jones. He was at practice.
It's gonna be Jones. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I really just can't trust Daniel Jones to bring a game home over Aaron Rodgers, and I feel like that game will be a 2-possession game, pretty much like at all times within that range. And I got Aaron Rodgers winning those games, so give me the Packers.
For sure. All right, moving on. The Dan Campbell-led kneecap eating Detroit Lions against the Mac Jones possibly led Patriots or the Bailey Zapp led Patriots. I'm not too sure. Either way, they were looking pretty good against the Packers last week. I'll tell you that. Made a game of it. Who do you got?
Give me the Patriots. Give me the
Okay.
Patriots in this one, man. I think that Patriots at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Belichick comes up with a scheme that really rattles Jared Goff. I know Jared Goff has been playing relatively well thus far in the season, but I think that this is going to be another close one. A lot of interesting matchups right now, but give me the Patriots in this one.
Yeah, and the Patriots are wearing that beautiful red uniform, the throwbacks. I think last time they wore it, they put like 50 or 60 on the Titans, I believe, like in the AFL. Don't care. At the spread, I'm hungry for kneecaps. You know me. I'm a Lion guy. I'm a Jared Goff guy. Give me the Lions.
Yeah. Okay.
No matter how. You saw Deshaun Elliott, what he said about Detroit, by the way? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. No.
So on his Finsta, he put a picture like, I need to get the F out of Detroit. And
Did he really?
He declined it, but it's very hard to kind of fake what the picture looked like. Not sure if it's true, but man, they do have like one of the worst defenses right now, but they have a very, very good defensive back coming back from an ACL injury, which hopefully puts them over the head. But yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Moving on, the Chargers and the Browns. Justin Herbert against Jacoby Brissett. Give me the Chargers.
Ah, man. Give me the Chargers. Yeah, give me the Chargers in this one. I feel like Justin Herbert is getting back to somewhat of a normal, hopefully, with that rib injury and things like that. But give me the Chargers in this one. I feel like they just have more firepower. They can get it done a little bit easier.
Yeah, I like that. Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars, where I think this could actually be a game and a half. I mean, Davis Mills, Trevor Lawrence, we're talking about like the future, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, not really, but Trevor Lawrence, one half of that, you're correct. I'm gonna go with the Jags in this one. I really like what they've been doing this season. Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence really seem to have a connection so far. I like what Trevor Lawrence is doing with Christian Kirk, James Robinson has a couple of touchdowns on the season as well already. And you know, they still got Travis Etienne, who they hope can develop into something bigger and better. So
does
let
my
me get the
fantasy team.
Jags.
Would love him to get more volume. Yeah, I'm with the
Yeah.
Jags here too. I think their collapse last week. I mean, I know the Ravens collapsed, but the Jags, I think they do get a pass because they are a very young team. They have to gel together. That's kind of expected against a really good Eagles team. But the fact that they were up like they were, give me the Jags. Moving on to a nice NFC South matchup, we have Marcus Mariota against Giselle's future ex-husband, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yikes. Man.
Give me the Bucs, I guess. They do have all their weapons back. Just their line is shaky, but I think Tom's really good against the Falcons. Don't think he's ever lost to the Falcons either. Give me the Bucs by like 2 touchdowns.
Let me get the Bucs in this one too. It's just crazy that you brought up the whole thing about him divorcing Giselle. That's wild.
It all to prove Adam Schefter wrong. I respect it. I mean, but yeah, crazy. Moving on. The Kenny Pickett-led Pittsburgh Steelers against the Buffalo Bills. And listen, I'm going to give you guys a little history lesson, all right? Ben Roethlisberger's career kind of went this way. He came in the middle of a game, not because the quarterback got benched. Tommy Maddox got hurt by the Ravens. And then Ben won every single game the rest of the regular season. Kenny Pickett, is it your time now? I don't think it is. I got the Bills winning this one, though.
You know what? I got the Steelers. In this one, man. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds wild, bro. But look, I got the Steelers, and it's really hard for me to say why, but it just feels like one of those games where Mike Tomlin shocks the world, where he proves yet again why he is one of the top 5 coaches in this league. You know, he can take a subpar team and go on the road to a really good team and pull out a victory. Now, like I said, with most of these other games, it's probably gonna be close. But I do see the story of the week being Kenny Pickett and the Steelers get a win against the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be huge. But I just have a hunch. I have a really, huge feeling about that. So I hope so. I hope that happens. I hope I'm right. That would be pretty cool to see. Not for our division, obviously, but I would love to see the Bills get knocked off. Boss saying, yeah, Sutton. Yeah, man. I got your back on this one. I got your back this week, bro.
And week 1 last year, the Steelers did beat the Bills in Buffalo. In Buffalo, they did beat them.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah. Moving on. Miami Dolphins, with Theodore Bridgewater at quarterback against Zachary Wilson and the Jets. I'm using government names here. This is going to be a weird one because Teddy didn't look that bad at all. Wasn't amazing, but wasn't bad. Serviceable backup. But the Jets are off the big win against the Steelers. They're back home. Give me the Jets for the upset, I guess.
Yeah. Give me the. I see where you're going right there. Zach Wilson did look good in the fourth quarter last week, but honestly, I can't put my stock into the Jets offense just yet. I just haven't seen enough. Yeah, I feel like Teddy Bridgewater can do a good enough job with a week's worth of scheming up plays and things like that. Get the ball to your playmakers. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, let them do the rest. Let them win you the game. Give me the Dolphins in this one.
I got that. And moving on, a nice little NFC North slugfest. The Justin Field-led Bears against the grittying Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings, they won a great game last week. I think they're going to continue that. They beat the Bears. Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings in this one too, for sure.
All right, moving on. The Titans against the Commanders in nasty, ugly, disgusting FedEx Field. 1 o'clock game. Yeah. I went against the Titans. I know against the Raiders. Not making the same mistake twice. Give me King Henry. Give me the Titans. And give me Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there. Give me the Tennessee Titans in this one too. There just seems like over and over again, year after year, there's just more and more dysfunction with this Washington team. Something's always wrong. Carson Wentz, I don't trust him. So, I think they need a new back. I don't.
Oh. All right, well, I lagged a little bit there, but I got what you were saying. I got what you're saying. You're good. And then moving on, Seahawks and Saints. Kind of another battle of mids, I guess. Saints lost a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Seahawks won a thriller against the Lions. Saints defense isn't the Lions defense. Give me the Saints in a close one.
Give me the Seahawks. Geno Smith, he's gonna ball out. He's been balling. I feel like he's gonna keep balling. You know, y'all wrote him off. He didn't write back. So look, I think he's gonna pull that one out. No Jameis Winston, no Michael Thomas. Hey, give me Seahawks.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm rolling with Andy freaking Dalton. And moving on to our late game windows. San Francisco 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. Ooh.
Niners,
I feel like I got it.
Panthers. Give me that.
Yeah, the Niners will be using George Kittle as a left tackle, and they had a really good win against the Rams. I think they're going to keep it going. Give me the Niners.
Yeah. Give me the Niners too, man. Deebo Samuel proved yet again why he is that dude, why he did deserve to get paid. So yeah, give me the 49ers in this one.
And then moving on to the kind of the Oklahoma Bowl part 2, the Jalen Hurts-led Eagles against the Kyler Murray-led Cardinals. This is going to be a good game, I think. The Cardinals,
yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah, Eagles looking good. I remember the last time they played, like Hurts like drove them down and just lost, I think, last possession. I think the Eagles go 5-0. I do think they beat the Cardinals. Kind of another state in the game. Like, listen, we can go on the road. We can beat a really good team. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah. Give me the Eagles in that one too, honestly. I mean, the Cardinals, you kind of got to like what they got going on as a concept. Like, you get it, but it doesn't really stay consistent. It doesn't work throughout the season because, you know, you got a quarterback who gets banged up a lot, is not nearly as tough or as durable as I think a Jalen Hurts is. Jalen Hurts is just that guy, man. You hear all this talk about how he's so good on the field, also in the locker room, in the weight room as well. This guy is tough as nails. He can get it done with his arm. He can get it done with his legs as well. He can run through you. He can run around you if he needs to as well. So give me the Eagles.
Yeah, Hurts is a hell of a quarterback. Moving on to our last late game window. How about them boys against the Rams, who aren't looking that hot, unfortunately. I believe they're 2-2. A lot of 2-2 teams around here. The Cooper Rush led Cowboys. Listen, if the Cooper Rush beats this Rams team, he has my respect. Looking good already. But give me the Rams here. I think they got to win this game. Matt Stafford, look for a receiver not named Cooper Kupp challenge. Try to. I know it's hard, but try to. Allen Robinson, I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, give me the Rams here.
Yeah, give me the. Actually, nah, give me the Rams. Give me the Rams in this one. Cooper Rush, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold up, stay upright against the likes of Aaron Donald, that defensive line. So give me the Rams in this one. Yeah.
And moving on to our Sunday night game. We didn't talk about it. Bengals. Ravens. I know who I got. All right. Give me the damn Baltimore Ravens. All right. I think that you got to win this. And I do have a splitting with the Bengals, or anybody else has anything. I have a splitting. But I think we take this one at the bank, at the crib. Like I said, season-defining game. You got to win this. I know I hate that I was right about us losing last week. I think we got us winning this week. We got hit right there. Let's hit them right there. Once again, fuck you, Eli Apple. You burnt piece of toast. Can't fucking stand you. I hope we light him up so bad, man. He wants to fight all of our fans. I hope the bank is so hostile. Please, make him scared. For me, I can't go. Please. Yeah. But yeah, give me the Ravens and give me Eli Apple getting burnt to a crisp.
I would love that. I'm gonna take the Ravens too in this one. It was close for me. I was this close to picking Cincinnati. I honestly was, but I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens in this one. I'm gonna go 31-21. Ravens.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I love that. I'm gonna go 28-24. I hope yours is right. I would love the 2-possession lead because I don't want to have to stay up, like sitting there back and forth, like just heart racing. I want to like be chill. But it's going to be a close game. We always know that. And last but not least, the new look Las Vegas Raiders getting their first win. I mean, shout out to them against the Chiefs. I mean, in Arrowhead, the Raiders have kind of been getting owned by the Chiefs a lot recently. Josh Jacobs looked great last week. It's hard right now. The Chiefs are looking really good. Slapped up on the Buccaneers. It's hard for me to go against the Chiefs, man. But I'm going with the Chiefs. Unless Derek Carr does something crazy. But yeah. Give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs in this one too. I feel like they just have too many, I don't even want to say offensive weapons, but they have the weapon, which is Patrick Mahomes, man. I still think that he is top 2 and arguably not 2 as a quarterback right now in the league. So give me the Chiefs in this one.
And that's our picks for the weeks. Sorry about the little bit of technical difficulties, but there is a game about to kick off. So once again, thank you for coming through to the Purple Rain podcast as always. And Raven Ron, Queens Productions Fatal. Listen, I don't like that. All right, Raven Ron, you know how to get under my skin. You know to get under me. All right, and I like that. Hopefully, there's a big play he makes on Sunday, and we're talking about it next week. But as always, thank you for coming through episode 130. And Ty, what is up, Ty? I hope we make Bengals fans feel like your profile picture on Sunday. Love that.
Yeah. Hope so.
But thank you for coming through episode 138 of the Purple Rain podcast. And as always, stay positive, test negative. One more thing.
And never, ever, ever forget to call God. This has been episode 130 of the Purple Rain